Good morning. As you all know, I'm still running for presidency as the candidate of United Society. Today we will look back on this journey. We will take a look at our current situation, and we will give you a glimpse of the future according to us. Since I've announced my candidacy, our party has dedicated a lot of time and put a lot of effort in our campaign. Therefore, I would first like to thank the team that's behind me and for all their support, because it's not just me, it's the team. We hope that we've given you a clear impression of what our party thinks, what we stand for, and what we strive for. As follows, we hope that during the speeches, the interviews, the debates, and the town hall meeting, we've answered all your questions, clearly, without hesitation, and without avoiding answering them. We realize that the debates were a perfect opportunity for us to gain votes, and unfortunately lose some. However, what's most important to us is that we had the opportunity to show to all of you what our party stands for and what separates us from the other parties. We hope that you will think back at this moment and that it will help you when you all have to vote. During this journey, we've listened to your opinions and we are glad that you gave them to us. We have listened to you and we will keep on doing so. Even if you do not want to listen to us, we will still hear you. With this said, we realize that freedom of speech is a very essential and important subject, especially in politics. However, do we know how far we can go? Do we realize what we can really say? As we declared earlier in the interviews, our party thinks that freedom of speech is very essential and that such a right should never be taken away from anyone. Of course, there are no clear rules or regulations regarding freedom of speech. Everybody knows that discrimination is not allowed, though when is being discriminated and when is there just an opinion being given? We realize that opinions differ. Yet, I think there's one guideline on which we can all agree on. Do not do to others what you do not want others to do to you. As I announced earlier in the interviews, we do not want to take away freedom of speech. However, we want to ensure that people know better what they can or may say. We urge that discrimination should be dealt with, even though it is something that's difficult to do and some may even think it's unavoidable. Dave Willis once said, "God created our skin tones with beautiful variety, but all of our souls are the same color." Whether you should believe in God or not is not what I'm going to discuss at this moment. It's the quote that sends a beautiful message. Deep down inside, we're all the same, humans made from flesh and blood. It's the 21st century. Why can't we all step aside from the stereotypes and embrace who we are and embrace one another? With this said, I'd like to make a connection between freedom of speech and the terrible thing that happened last weekend in Orlando. There was a shooting in the gay bar Pulse Orlando. The shooter's parents claimed that their son saw two men kissing or holding hands and that he was shocked by this. Now he has killed 50 and injured 53 innocent people. These people died because somebody didn't respect their rights. This act shows us, again, that discrimination is still an enormous issue. In Orlando, there are now many signs that say, "Why would you rather see two men holding guns than holding hands?" This again states we should respect people and not let such things happen again. All the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transsexual community wants is peace and love. Not violence, homophobia, sexism, or racism. How is that any different from what we want? From this, I think we can conclude that all parties agree that discrimination should be dealt with. Unfortunately, there are also subjects on which our opinions differ. The main difference between us and the other parties is the priorities we address to the issues we, for example, discussed in debates. United Society feels that tackling the environmental issue is main priority now, simply because if we don't act now, it will soon be too late to act at all. Frankly, the other main difference between United Society and the other parties is that we come up with long-term solutions instead of short-term solutions, which would mean that every few years new plans have to be made. We realize that coming up with long-term plans is more difficult. However, it's much more efficient. And isn't our current situation, and especially our economy, all about making everything as efficient as possible? And in the near future, we all have to vote. So lastly, we want to give you some advice for this special moment. As a voter, you have to think about a few things. Please realize which candidate or party makes you feel the most comfortable. Who do you trust the most? Whose opinion appeals to you the most? And last, who do you think will really listen to what you have to say? We wish you the best of luck with making this decision, and the best of luck to the fellow candidates running for presidency. We hope that in the future we will be united as one, and together we can stand strong. Thank you for your time.